What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're trying something else. It's a reiteration of our 30 days of dry fire training, but this time we're doing 30 days of dry fire and live fire training. And you'll notice this isn't your regular session with your regular hosts because this is not HR or Thomas. This is Mason. And Mason has been selected, hand selected by us for a very specific reason. And that specific reason is that he was willing to be on camera for us for this. So Mason, as you can tell, he's got a really cool SIG spear, which is pretty based, and he has been shooting. Go ahead and tell people how long you've been shooting for, how much you shoot.
I don't shoot.
It's cool.
Hardly at all.
So you've been preparing for this.
Yeah. The last 15 years.
Last 15 years, Mason has been preparing for this, and we're going to show you guys kind of a realistic expectation of how fast you can get good at shooting. And so
hopefully
we're going to get a baseline with him today. We're going to do a combination of dry fire with the Blackbeard and live fire training drills that we'll walk you guys through as well, and you can follow along. And then we'll get timestamps after 30 days to see how much improvement he's gotten, if any. And obviously this is going to be a reflection of my ability to train and his ability to learn. But I think it'll give you guys a good idea of how quickly you can improve at shooting, and how knowing the right drills improves your shooting ability significantly faster than not. And then also mixing live fire with dry fire and how important that is, because we did a dry fire only, as you guys saw, and for us who are pretty experienced shooters, it didn't go so hot. So without further ado, we're going to get into the base meat of this test, and we're going to run some drills with Mason and his gun of choice, which happens to be a SIG Spear LT, which is pretty badass. And we're going to run some drills, the same ones that you saw us run for the Mantis dry fire training. We're going to run with him. The only difference is we are going to incorporate a reload drill. So these are 20 round magazines. We are trained professionals. This is a closed course. YouTube, monetize this video or I'm going to cry. And don't forget, guys, to subscribe and like and drop a comment right now for the algorithm gods. Go ahead and leave a comment. Okay, let's get into it. All right, so we are at approximately 10-ish yards, and we're gonna do his break-in drills. So I get to touch his gun. That's why I took it, because I just wanted to touch it really bad. This is SIG Spear LT, which I love. Mason, I'm taking this. Have a good day.
Wait, what? What?
Can't take his gun. You're not in this video. You're not in it. So we're gonna do a drill. We're gonna do two shot, two shot, two shot. You guys probably saw us do this. So Mason, you're literally going to start here at low ready. That is gun down, not pointed at the target, stock in shoulder. The beep is going to happen. You're going to bring the gun up, fire 2 shots on target, transition, 2 more shots on target, transition, and 2 more shots on the A zone. After each drill, render the gun safe simply by putting it on safe. I don't need you to clear the firearm, okay? So really easy. I start with the safety on at a low ready, go up, safety comes off, 1, 2, transition 1, 2, transition 1, 2, safety goes back on, and you're done with the drill. So that is the drill that you're doing. Do you understand?
I do. Cool.
We're gonna run his baseline. Are you ready?
Yes.
Stand by.
Whoa.
All right, total time 3:31. First shot to 127, which is pretty good for a first drill. Go ahead and leave the safety on. We keep the gun pointed down.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, on these drills, generally speaking, you want to hit the alpha, so speed doesn't matter. So we've got Charlie, that's a Bravo, but Charlie, Charlie, and Delta Mike. So let's do it one more time. This time, focus on hitting the A zone,
hitting the target.
And we'll start over.
Okay.
Shooter ready. Some A zone hits this time. Stand by. First shot, 193. Total time, 5.33. These are better hits. They're still Charlies. I want to say your optics off.
Yeah, this wasn't, I didn't zero this.
2 Charlies, 2 Charlies, and 2 Charlies. That's actually good. Your groupings are tight on all of these, so
Are they all
that
the
is
left?
the right shooting speed.
Are they all the left?
They're just all to the left.
Maybe the...
So I'm going to say the optic is off on your gun, which is totally good because these are still good hits. So we'll count that. So we'll average the time between the first two drills on the screen right now. 5.33. Split time, 0.0545. First shot on 193. That's great. All right, next drill. Second drill that we're going to do with Mason here is the bill drill, which is a 6-shot on target on the A zone as fast as you can. So again, you're going to start low ready with the safety on. You're going to go up on the beep, safety off, fire 6 rounds, put the safety back on, and hopefully hit all in the A zone. And by hopefully, I mean you should, because we're extremely close. And then we're going to see how fast you can do it. So,
all right.
This is one where live fire is going to do the most training for you versus dry fire. But 6 shots, keep track. Let me know when you're ready.
Ready.
Stand by. Perfect. First shot in a 1.47, 3.10, and we got all alphas, 1 Charlie. So let's do it one more time. Second time, shooter ready?
Ready.
Stand by. .71, first shot in a .97. That's really good. That was a great time. 1 Charlie, 5 Alpha again. So that's it. Let's do a 2R2, and then he is baseline. This drill is going to be a 2R2. We're going to shoot 2 shots, reload, and then shoot 2 more again on the A zone. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Cool. I don't think there's much explanation for this point. Ready?
Yeah.
Start low ready, safety on. Shooter ready. Stand by. Total time, 4.84. First shot in a 1.23. And it looks like all alphas. So great, good shooting. Let's load it back up. We're going to do one more. Yeah. Round 2. Shooter ready?
Ready.
Stand by.
Oh, it's backwards from last time.
6.14, first shot in a .86, good first shot. So everyone's wondering, no, you're probably not. You might be wondering why I picked Mason. And 1, he was like one of the only people that would say yes. 2, he's into guns, but hasn't shot a lot. So it's a very unique situation for him because he's going to be hanging out with us. So he'd be shooting a bunch anyway. 3, Mason knows how to use a camera. So Mason is going to record himself over the course of the next month doing drills and stuff. So here's your Mantis Blackbeard. And these are Mason's stationary times. We will see you guys in 1 month.
A few moments later.
So I put black stickers where your height over bore is for you. So that might help.
Very small target.
Aim small, miss small. Oh man, we are so back and it's so cold. It is so very cold. Every time we do these 30-day challenges, it's like an entire season goes by, because last time it was super sunny and then it was pouring down rain, and then this time it was not great, and now there's snow on the ground and it's so freezing. Yeah, I'm wearing gloves. He's not. His hands are frozen. So yeah, 30 days of dry fire training. We're not going to bore you with a bunch of him training. We'll just tell you what I did. First thing we started on was stance and how you're holding the gun. A lot of shooters do this where they put their off foot really far back, and that is an okay way to shoot unless you're wearing plates, and if you're training for like wearing plates, because what you're doing is exposing the side of your body to all the gunshots instead of facing the target and having your hips squared off. So I teach him to square his feet, which is really just your toe. Can you see my toes? Are they in the frame? Yeah. Yeah, your toe is just gonna go basically here with the little indent of your foot. That's the easiest way to think about it to start practicing. And then your legs are just going to go just over shoulder width apart. That way the gun can be squared off and you can be squared off to your target. We went over that, and then we went over grip and how to hold the gun, talking about pulling and pressing. There's a lot of different options for pulling and pressing. For me, I pull the gun in with this hand and I pull out with that hand. So I'm pulling here and I'm pushing out. He, I believe, is settled on just pulling in, so which is totally okay. it's not necessarily like a wrong way to shoot. There's just different options and you figure out kind of which one works for you. So I'm cold. I don't want to waste a ton of time. He did the Mantis dry fire. The only thing I had him do with that was 3-plate transitions, which helps with your first shot on target and then your first shot on target for each transition. We did the Mantis dry fire training. If you guys want to watch that, we'll link it. And we saw very minimal improvement, which is why we wanted to do this with Mason, who did a lot of the dry fire training, and then we had a few live fire training sessions as well. Yeah, so
I will say the major improvement for me was when you taught me how to, you know, pull the optic to my eye instead of trying to find it and bring it up. I think that's when I started seeing the biggest improvements in my time. And then looking ahead from the first target to the next target and then bringing the gun to that
instead of trying to sweep through
and try to, you know, find it through the optic.
So we're going to start with the 222, and I put a little dot on the target for him because he's got massive height over bore thanks to the 0 that we put on his new optic that also has a riser. Yeah, he got a small upgrade on the optic in the meantime. So
I run this because now I just got glasses and it's just hard for me to see when there's no riser. So
yeah, I like risers. You guys have seen my stuff. So, all right, here we go. Mason, do you understand the course of fire?
yes.
Okay, all right, let's get your stance on.
Okay.
All right, shooter ready? Yep, press
so.
check.
Yeah, now I'm ready.
Cool. That's good. Stand by. Alrighty, we are at 3.11. It looks like, actually, you bounced a little bit on your second hits here,
Yeah.
but I got Alpha Charlie. This is Alpha Charlie, but barely. And then this is line break Alpha. So I will take those, and your second drill you get to run a little bit better. Okay, we're gonna do the drill one more time. You guys saw he didn't have enough bullets in his magazine, so.
Oh, you're gonna put that in there, great.
Yeah, well, we have to, because otherwise there's shots on target, and they'll be like, you didn't use the, you know. It was a 2.71, by the way, so that was good. All right, ready? Shooter ready? Stand by. Fantastic, 2.85, and alphas. So, I'm happy with that. That's improvement.
I felt good on that.
That's 30 days. That's good. Bill drill. His first bill drill time was 3.1 seconds, first shot in 1.47, and then 2.7 seconds with a first shot in 0.97. He got one Charlie on each one and 5 alphas on each one. So we are going to do it once again.
I can't feel my toes.
That's cold.
Okay.
Also, it's freezing. So it does hinder your time when it's absolutely freezing. So.
Or my fingers.
Shooter ready? Stand by.
Yeah, ready.
.16, first shot in a .75, and you got all alphas except for one Charlie.
On the left?
On the left.
That's just barely a Charlie too.
Yeah, it's just outside the lines. Next one, let's do it again. One more time.
2 bill drills.
Swap mags for me real fast so that you don't run out of ammo. Or do you have 6?
There's 6.
Oh, perfect, we're good. All right, ready?
Yep.
Stand by. .86 seconds. You got two Charlies, and the rest are alphas. However, 2 Charlies, 1 alpha. Ace, how do you feel?
You went a lot faster. That's pretty good.
His times are here. His improvement is here. You guys see the thing with the stuff. Yeah, we also worked in some safety. So you'll notice that as soon as his drill was over, he put the safety on his gun and he has it pointed in a safe direction, even though it's around in the chamber, which is pretty neat. So yeah, let's go on to the next drill, which is a 2R2. Okay, next drill, 2R2. Mason, come, 2R2. What is that?
I found this.
You found a Scar 17. Where did you find this?
Right there.
You're not running the drill with a 308.
Fine. I will say, I didn't practice that many reloads, so.
Yeah, I would say reload is the one we practiced the least amount. His first one's time was 4.84 with 4 alphas. His second time was 6.14 with 4 alphas. So I'll be surprised if we see improvement on this. I'm going to be honest, we didn't practice that one very much.
Well, I think I got really lucky on one of those reloads from the first day.
Good.
I was surprised on how fast I did it.
So 6 might be the more proper time. So
Yeah.
all right, here we go. Shooter ready?
I was chambered, right?
Yep, you are chambered. Stand by. So 5.62, first shot in a 1.24. You forgot about height over bore. I could tell that you did not aim at the black dot.
Yeah.
So we didn't teach him height over bore training at all. And since we didn't, there we go. I see that that is, there's a big sunshine in the camera here. But since we didn't teach him height over bore, I put black dots on the thing to help with the, just where he needs to aim. Aim small, miss ball. So he now has to put his dot on the little black dots if he wants to hit the A zone, just height over bore. A little easier than readjusting his whole optic, which honestly, it's not that hard to do, but we're lazy. So, okay, second 2R2. Shooter, are you ready?
Yes.
Shooter,
I think I'm
ready?
as ready as I'll ever be. The sun's just,
In your eye. Yeah, the sun is beaming now.
I can't see shit.
It really went from like not being a thing to, here, you want to step here? Stand by. That was 4 alphas, 4.37. First shot in a 0.93.
This works a lot better.
So yeah, I noticed that he was using the side lever and pressing it for some reason when he has a little fingy boy for your pointer fingy bolt release, and so I told him to use that. So that is a little bit faster. We all run bad levers on our ARs, bad lever master race, to be honest. So alrighty, you guys saw the time and stuff, so let's get into the closing thoughts.
All right, it is time for my conclusions on the matter. So we're 30 days later. You fired about 1,500 rounds in total over the course of those 30 days, with at least 1 day of live fire per week. Most weeks it's been 2, so I think you're at like 7 total days of live fire, including today. How do you think you have improved? We've seen your results, but what are your thoughts on that?
I just feel a lot more confident in my ability, I guess. The live fire, I think, was, you know, I've shot more in the last month than I have in the last few years, so.
Do you think you would have gotten to the point that you are at now versus when we started without the dry fire, if you had only done the 1 to 2 days a week of live fire?
I don't think so, because it just kind of filled in the gaps as far as getting the reps in from hearing the beep to first shot and being consistently accurate.
Sure.
And then Joe had come over a couple nights and was helping me out with.
He described these nights in detail to me. He says that they were often late, passion-filled evenings. Is there anything specific there that he taught you?
I think that, well, Joe is no, Joe is you know, super knowledgeable, and he was watching. I don't know if it's like mechanics as far as what you'd call it, but you know, he would pinpoint each thing that I was doing and isolate things that could be improved upon, and I would focus on those individually. And then once I was, you know, that was habit, then we worked on something else. So the first live fire day was my stance. And then once he came over for the dry fire drills, that's when we kind of worked on like changing targets and bringing the gun, instead of
like pointing the gun versus just kind of sweeping it with your eye through the optic.
And
some people refer to it as eyes lead, gun follows. So looking at your next target before you bring your optic and the whole gun to the next target. But that type of thing. Was there anything else you found he taught you?
Gun related?
So your 2 live fire days a week, one of them was typically a move and shoot at a local range we have here, where they set up a completely new course of fire every week. Sometimes just on the fly, they don't even know what they're doing until day of. And they'll walk you through the course of fire, but they're not instructing you on how to shoot. They're just making sure you do it safely. Your other day is out here with Joe. He's actually teaching you some of the mechanics how to do things, what you're doing right, wrong, how to change things. So do you think either one of those is more beneficial than the other? Do you think it was a good combination? Any thoughts there?
Well, the move and shoots are on Tuesday, and we usually come out and shoot on Sunday. So Joe would, you know, point out something that I can improve on. I would get used to doing that on that shooting day, and then
on a Sunday, and then a couple days later on a Tuesday.
And then try to apply to the move and shoot. The move and shoot was fun because there's a lot of things to think about. Usually the first run was kind of trying not to mess up the course too bad and embarrass myself in front of a bunch of people, but I got over that pretty quick. Well,
even still, like, I go to the same thing and I'll get out there and I'll be totally fine, and then he's like, all right, shooter ready, and then I can feel my heart rate and adrenaline dump, and I'm like, well, everything that was at the front of my mind has suddenly vanished, and my brain kind of turns off, and suddenly I'm done with the course fire. So I mean, that's not exactly how a good shooter would shoot, but it's how I've been shooting. So I do understand kind of what you're saying there. Yeah. Sometimes it's a little stressful, for lack of a better term, when you get into that.
I think it's good, you know, shooting in front of 20 people that you don't know.
Helps you get over that nervousness after a few times. All right, so last thing, Mason, what would you advise a new shooter such as yourself, who's maybe just purchased their first gun, they're looking to start training, like you, have not shot very much before, advice that you would give from your experience doing this the last 30 days?
Well, like I said, I've shot before, but I've never really shot with the intent to get better. I think finding someone who is knowledgeable and, you know, can pick apart all the things that you're doing wrong and help you improve that way is really important. If you're training a bunch and shooting a bunch, but you're not, you know, not working on anything specific, you're not really going to get any better, just like I never got any better. So
yeah. In order to get better, you have to know how to learn, basically, know what you need to be learning. So finding someone that can teach you is going to be a critical part of that. Making sure that they know what they're talking about, because a lot of people, especially older people in the community, will try and teach you things that are old knowledge. It's just not relevant anymore. There's new stuff. There's better ways of doing things that are being put out now. So that's definitely true. But as far as round count, live fire ammo, more or less, do you think it was a good amount? Ammo is expensive. 1,500 rounds is a lot to go purchase. It's like $700 worth of ammo at least. And to shoot that in a month, not everyone's going to be able to afford to do that necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, I could have probably done less live fire, but the same amount of days, like as long as you just do it consistently. You
budget the ammo, maybe say, I want to do these rounds or these drills, they're going to take a certain number of rounds each, just kind of budget your ammo a little bit better.
Yeah, there were some days where we shot a little bit extra. That wasn't it was just for fun, but the live fire, just like I said, kind of bridged the gap between those live fire days and kept those you know, those techniques fresh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think we can see that dry fire does kind of help with getting better at live fire. Your times are better, your hits are better. So obviously it's always recommended, even if you don't have a mantis, just doing it with your gun at home. Get a little piece of masking tape or something on the wall that you can use for a point of aim. Practice transitions, practice reloads. You don't have to go buy a belt or a plate carrier or everything. Just, you know, 2-3 mags, use your back pocket as a mag holder, reload from there. Is kind of what I've done more so lately, even though I have all the kit. I don't wear it very much. But yeah, you did a great job. I think this was very beneficial to you. It was beneficial to Joe and I, because we had experience kind of teaching someone as well.
I think we showed you can get better fast.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, everyone's so scared because they haven't shot for years, but like, you get better fast.
Yeah.
I was definitely intimidated the first day, I won't lie. I was pretty nervous just because I didn't want to do anything stupid or look like an idiot.
Yeah.
So
reps are what are going to get you better. I mean, even if you do 10 a day, after doing those 10, you'll be doing them a lot smoother. So yeah, practice is always beneficial. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Check out the links below. Shout out to Joe for being my baby daddy and paying for everything that we do around here, because I don't pay for really anything. But yeah, links below to all the socials and things that you can do to give us money. Be sure to check that out. And yeah, good job, Mason. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks.
We'll continue to shoot, and maybe we'll do an update video in the future.
Yeah, look forward to it.
Bye.